Students in DP Film get a really good balance of both production and theory. They get to learn how to read a film, so they get to learn how to deconstruct different elements within a film, look at film from different countries, get exposed to films from different eras, and then they also get to make film.
We live in a visual world. Our students are bombarded with images from films, from advertising, from the media, and a student who studies film has an awareness of that. They're clued in to the world that they're connected to.
Media is just such a big part of our society today that people who have gone through the film program, friends of mine who I know in other programs now, still rely on that media training.
You can be a cinematographer for one project, you can be an editor, you can learn how to do sound, but it's not only the production side, it's also knowing the history of film and what's the importance of film, like why is it used today.
Learning in the arts creates a much more holistic student and a holistic learning approach. They're thrown in the deep end and they have to come out successful. The table's set for them with all kinds of tools, but they have to learn how to utilize those the best they can. That doesn't always happen in a math class or an English class. You know, the practical application isn't always there.
As an art form, it's very multifaceted. You can be involved in creation of story, in music, in really anything. The moment you step outside your comfort zone is the moment that you really start going places. It's the same with deciding which films you want to analyze.
After DP Film, I've never actually looked at a film the same way. I haven't just enjoyed it, I've had to look at everything. So yeah, it's definitely a different experience.
You actually get to go out and make things, and I think that's the most memorable part because I learnt the most from making films and connected with my peers.
Film is not something that you can create on your own well. Usually you need a bunch of people involved, and our students really learn how to collaborate with one another. They learn some leadership skills. They learn how to negotiate and compromise, and how to take something that they have vision for and bring it to reality.
There's only so much you can learn by yourself, but when there's so many other great people around you, you can't not take advantage of what they're learning as well. And it's such a big part of film learning or filmmaking. You can't do it by yourself. You have to have others.
I think there's a real balance between communicating a message underlying what you're doing, and then at the same time they're having to communicate amongst themselves. They have to communicate with their teacher. They're communicating to a broader audience, and I think that communication element is really important, and I think is really probably one of the biggest focuses of the film course.
It's challenging, and if you really love it, it'll challenge you in the best ways.
I think one of the greatest benefits of DP Film to a student is that it gives an opportunity. You collaborate, you are creative, you manage and organize your time, you use technology in a creative way, and you produce a real product at the end that's watched by a real audience. I can't think of any business in the world that would not want a student that has that range of skills.
This is a true IB course. They're looking at international films. They're getting a global perspective. They're interacting, but they're also working with each other. Many other courses don't offer that ability.
Students who engage in a Group 6 art subjects tend to be better able to manage the stresses of the diploma, perhaps because the subject content and some of the conceptual development in those subjects accelerates them through some life skills that are really helpful. Perhaps that's it. I mean, I don't know if it's correlative or causative, but definitely the case that those students tend to manage their diploma far better, and they also seem to be happier.
Once parents investigate what the content of the course is, they see that this is a course that prepares their son or daughter for a real world, for an authentic world, for a digital world where we are bombarded by imagery, and their sons and daughters are prepared to cope with this on any level.